try to get this started off with some impersonations. How many here like to play pretend? I like to play pretend. People will tell me I'm something else. We just can't figure out what. This is a beginning juggler. This is the advanced beginner. This is the Jewish juggler. Passover. Thank you for getting that. This is the confused juggler. Why am I here? This is the really confused juggler. I know about this here somewhere. Is there anyone out there in love tonight? A few elbows going up and the hands going over right there. You always tell us the girl's elbow that goes up and the guy's hand that comes up. This is the romantic juggler. That's just the one. Oh wait, this is high school. Okay, calm down, calm down. How many here like science fiction movies? This is my impersonation of the human fly juggler. Yeah, looks like a fruity pebble. Doesn't taste like one. Want to lick? Don't think so. Now people ask me how any of that can have anything to do with Christianity, the Bible, anything like that. Well, as hard as this is to believe, I actually just celebrated 20 years as a minister. Kind of scary to think I was only 2 when I started. But the Bible says laughter is like good medicine, and a dried up spirit dries up the bones. Now in today's world, 99% of the stuff you see that people say is comedy or humor has either a 4-letter word, and I don't mean fish, or it has some kind of sexual innuendo. That's the only thing people seem to laugh at. But I just did some crazy things, and guess what? You all laugh. It's not all about the garbage. Now, you see this. This is actually a Christmas present. Kid you not, it's from my mother-in-law. Good friend then. Went stuck it to his forehead. He's what we call follically challenged. Yeah, he's bald. Well, it happens. A couple of years later, he came up to me and went, yes, I'm a unicorn. Wait, it gets better. Teletubby. Wait, we are in Kentucky. Daniel Boone. Got my plunger hat. Well, they didn't just give me 2. No, they got me a pair, and then they got me a set. I don't know what it was. We'll find it later. So, with a pair, you can do the ever popular Harley Davidson. Suzuki. Triceratops. Punk rocker. Now people say it's amazing the fact that a preacher will stick toilet plungers to their head. What's even more amazing is the fact that you'll sit and watch it. I've got 3 objects. The first one's a ping pong ball. Not too impossible, right? Most anybody could probably throw a ping pong ball. But we're going to get a little more intense. Next is a basketball. Given to me by Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut, the breakfast of high school students. And last but not least, an 8-pound bowling ball. Now, if I drop this on my toe, I will look like a duck. If this happens, do not laugh. Get ice.
Then can we laugh?
Now, people ask me why it's painted like an eyeball. Well, it's painted like an eyeball for a couple of different reasons. The first one is to remind us that we're being watched. Firstly, we're being watched by the big eye in the sky. We're being watched by God. You can't say, oh, I got away with it, nobody saw me. Because God saw you. He's got those infrared X-ray eyes. He can see you wherever you go. It doesn't matter where you are. But even more important, or as important, is the fact there are other people watching you. Specifically, there are people that are younger than you watching you and saying, hey, I want to be just like him. I want to be just like her. Man, you see how Joni does. You see how John does. You see how Mary does. You see how Tim does. I want to be just like them. So if you're doing something you know you shouldn't be doing, and they follow your lead, because they think, well, he did it, so I'm going to do it. It means I'm cool. And then they get hurt or they die because they followed your lead, guess whose fault it is? Ooh, got heavy, didn't I? So that's the second reason it's painted like an eyeball. Now, the reason I juggle a bowling ball is Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean physical strength. What that does mean is if God tells you to do something, don't say, I can't do that, God, because he's going to give you the strength and the abilities you need to do it. Do you think when he came to Noah and said, hey, build an ark? No, I've never built one of those before. I don't think I want to do it. That happened? No. Well, you know, Moses tried it. But the arm that I'm holding this bowling ball up with has had 2 surgeries done on it. The doctor asked me what I wanted to do for my first surgery. He said, what do you want to do when your surgery's done? I said, in 6 weeks, I'm going to juggle a bowling ball. Needless to say, he laughed just a little bit. He said, T, I hate to tell you this, but it's not physically, humanly possible for you to juggle a bowling ball 6 weeks after the surgery. You just can't do it. Well, I'd already talked to God about it, and he said I could do it. So I had no doubt in my mind that I could juggle it. I said, well, God told me I could, and I trust God that I'll be able to. He says, T, I've done this surgery 5,000 times. He says, it's not humanly possible. I said, Doc, come in 6 weeks and see where I'm at. He said, well, I'm going to make you a deal. He says, in 6 weeks, I'm going to come to your physical therapy class and say, okay, let's see the bowling ball, and when you can't juggle it, I'm going to say, I told you so. I said, okay. I said, but just so you know, when you come in and I do juggle the bowling ball, I'm going to tell you, I told you so. He said, deal. So he came in 6 weeks, and he said, so you ready to juggle that bowling ball? I said, no, Doc, I don't think you're going to do it. He said, see, I told you so. I said, no, I think today I'm going to juggle this 10-pound medicine ball, this 8-pound medicine ball, and this 6-pound medicine ball. And I said, I think if I do my math right, that's 24 pounds. I said, the bowling ball I was going to juggle was 8 pounds. I said, that sounds like 3 times the weight to me. But you told me 8 pounds was humanly impossible. He says, you can't do it. I said, watch me. And guess what? I juggled. I told him, Doc, you are a great doctor, but by God, he's the great physician. So the next time you have something, you say, I can't do that, you might not be able to. But through Christ, all things are possible. Even with a short ceiling. Mel, what's it cost to get a ceiling tile replaced? Man, I'm glad that wasn't a bowling ball. But I think my ping pong ball just bit the dust. So we'll use the rubber ball. Even more difficult because it doesn't fit in the hand right. Short ceiling. Guys, you're going to learn a lot of stuff this weekend. Don't say, oh, I can't do that. If God tells you can do it.